Okay, let's get it. Nah, you know, let's just... Oh my gosh. I don't care. Forget Discord's like, you're missing out on my new overlay. Get off my screen. Wish it wasn't captured by Discord. Or by OBS. Okay, first try to stage 2. We're so back. Why do I greet that out? It's like, oh, I'm fine. There wasn't any green bullets on the right, but it came to the left. But lost branch shift. Wait, really? Oh shit! I see it. Apparently dropped yesterday. Oh, I see. I see. It's just her being officially out. Mm-hmm. Is there anything actually new in that, or is it just the update being put on the main version and not the beta? I should put OBS as my highlight so I can actually see it. Shoot, wait, is that the reason why my lost branch was broken yesterday? I actually tried to load it up, so I wanted to look at the. I was trying to look at some of the modded cards because there's a couple of them. I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that. Because I popped it up yesterday and I couldn't get the game to like work. I was like, that must be why. Okay, so I'm gonna have to disable some of them later. Well, I mean, I'll look through and like whichever ones don't need to be, or whichever ones do need to be updated, then I can obviously keep those. But is there any actual like new change that happened, or is this just all the beta content being put on the non-beta version? So ultimately, it's the same thing. Plus Alex mechanical leaks. Neat. I was gonna say, when I loaded it last night, I saw Alice in there, and I was confused, but like the game just broke. Like I get there, I could see characters. I was like, why is Alice there? And then the game wouldn't let me do anything else. I was like, well, I guess I won't find this situation tonight. There's some animations already built in. Oh, nice. How we don't greed out the Greys this time. Blocked you so badly. Also, I lied yesterday when I said today was going to be the day, because I went to bed later last night than I was hoping to. So wait, tomorrow night I'm going to go to bed early enough. Thursday we're going to be well rested. And not on an hour less of sleep. Ooh, nice. No, tomorrow night is the night I get sleep copium. Because the problem was... Sunday night, I was too busy playing Xenoblade X. So I was like, this is the last day I'm going to get to play like a shit ton of that game before I have to go back to my normal work schedule. So I was playing that, and I ended up playing that a little bit late. And then last night, I was like, I'm going to go to bed in time, and then I didn't go to bed for... I ended up watching YouTube a little bit later than I wanted to. By a little bit, I mean a noticeable bit later than I wanted to. Yeah. Well, the thing is, because like Xenoblade dropped on Thursday, so I literally took Thursday, Friday off work, and I basically just played the games. Besides when I streamed like almost all day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I literally didn't get to play it at all yesterday because I got back from work late, and then the stream went late. And then I had to make food, and then I was going to go to bed, but then I was watching YouTube for a little bit too long. Probably play for like an hour before I go to bed after stream tonight while I eat, but... So Sunday, I was like... Sunday night after stream, I was like, I'll play a bit, and then I ended up playing a little bit too much, because I was like, I probably won't play that much during the week. Like, I probably won't be able to play a bunch until like Friday, Saturday. Well, I assume that's Shin Megami Tensei 5. Unless it's referring to something else entirely, which I could be mistaken by, but... Vengeance. I like that style of game, so when it came out, I was like interested to like potentially play it, but I just never had the time to like sit down and do that. Do not be a bitch. Thank you. Fusion chains? What are you referring to by fusion chains? Is there like some special mechanic, or are you just talking about just fusing things? Don't die to the bubbles. stuff because here's the thing. So I haven't played any of the Shin Megami Tensei games directly. Okay, I know some as hardcore SMT fans might consider it blasphemy. I've only ever played the Persona games. I've played 3, I've played 4, and I've played 5. I've beaten all of them. And I've played Artificial Dream, which is, you know, SMT-like. And here's the thing about Persona. My favorite part of the game is just fusing. When I first played Persona 5, which is the first one I played, the thing that got me hooked on the game was fusing. I love sitting there for 45 minutes at a time, just being, okay, what do I want to carry down? But if I do that, then I don't have any fire skills here. What do I carry over? Just I would spend an hour just fusing. It's my favorite part of the game. And then I played Golden, and then I eventually played 3. I played 3 literally like I finished 3 literally like a month before what is it called? Reload. I finished 3 less than a month later. Reload got announced. I was like, really? And mind you, 3 was fun, but in a bit of a different way, because one issue I had with 3 was the fusing, and the fusing in the original Persona 3, I guess it was FES specifically. Oh, the fusing in that game is giga garbage. It's giga garbage, dude. You don't get to choose what skills get handed down. But you can see ahead of time what it's going to hand down. And if it doesn't pass down the skills you need to back out of the fusion menu, go back into it, and then see, because there'll be a new select amount of skills handed down to your persona. And then if you don't get what you want, you have to back out of the menu, go right back in, because you can't manually pick what skills you want to pass down in FPS. Oh, that was so tilting. Nocturne was worse? Yeah, I can imagine. Because it was made similar time frame, so I assume it had similar fusion mechanic. Okay, I know a lot of people like some of the older games, and don't get me wrong, I love P3. I loved P3. But like Royal, like Persona 5 and then Persona 5 Royal, of course. Just so much nice quality of life. Holy crap, that game had so much nice quality of life. Of course, nowadays it doesn't stand out quite as much because Reload has basically all of that as well, but... But yeah, I love fusing. It was like my favorite parts of Persona. Oh, it's so much fun. Pure random. Ooh, fun. Like I said, it was random what got passed down in 3, but like when you like select which persona you want to make, you can see what's going to be passed down. So if you don't like it, you can just back out of the menu all the way, go back into it, and it'll be different. Which is still garbage. I could never make things I really wanted. I just had to be like, okay, I'm passing down 3 skills. I kind of want to hit, like, this specific skill. Everything else is I'd like, but, you know, just give me, like, the one. That was a little sketchy. Wait, it's Mountain Toss. It's always sketchy. Hitbox, what are you talking about? Nothing to see there. Nothing to see in this game. Everything was perfectly fine. Kaboom! You're so skinny. Hey, if you want to be the greatest of all time, you can't be fat. Ooh, shoddy. I could have milked that, but decided not to. Too much to the left. Problem, isn't it now? Curse of Cat's Walk, you can't one miss it. It's either 0 or 2. Hey, at least when you die to Cat's Walk, you delay the popcorn. This is not what you're supposed to do. I was really slow there. Oh, it's a good time to be slow when you already died. I don't know how many LNN paces I've had to Cat's Walk. I've had a bunch, but... Or I've had a handful, but... I feel like Cat's Walk isn't usually what kills my paces. I mean, it does, and it has, don't get me wrong. Okay, you know what we still can do, though, in this run? We have a better Orin than we had yesterday. I had 2 Orins, and neither of them were particularly, good. Despite both of them capping the first spell and Needles. That's one of the cleanest orange spell ones I've ever seen. That's good. I need to get my confidence back on that attack. Oh, I hate this spell. Okay, at least we're back to the one missile run. It's a lot better than we did yesterday. Meow. Ray Blaze being more consistent. At the very least with Reimu, yes. Like, just hold down, don't hold shift. But as long as you're bottom dragging, your speed is just basically perfect for that. Like, you have to do very small stops from the side unless you go, like, very far left and right. But it just gives you the perfect speed for it. I don't know what that looks like with Marissa, though. So... that is just disgusting. I need to rush that one. But, like, I was gonna have to somehow predict that. Or I was gonna have to really have read that one ahead. And made some really tight dodges even with that. That would have been difficult to come by. Really tried to put that blue ball in the dead middle of my... I needed to go to the left side of that, so I'm not the right. That was entirely on me. The gap on the left was just bigger. Like when she dies in the drive-by. Come here, give me a kiss. What? Ooh, yeah, that was a misread. This is my favorite spell of all time. I wish every spell in the game was... Not just the game, but all of Touhou was this spell. Oh well, take what you get. I think that was like a 7 miss. By think, I mean no, that was a 7 miss. But a perfect run up to Cat, which is important. Or Catwalk, specifically. Take a second to stretch. Back to it. At least I've been getting significantly better about getting to stage 5 on perfect faces. I don't trust these Yamame movements. Thank you. That's a Yamame movement I trust. In Yamame we trust. You know, a number of Touhou characters can turn into their creature alternate, right? Chen can turn into a cat, Orin can turn into a cat, you know? I know those are cats, but like, a number of characters can, like, Oku can turn into a bird, right? So, like, whatever their form is based after. Do you think Yamame can turn into an actual spider? Chen can turn into a cat. I had someone mention that to me before because while I was grinding PCB, I made a comment on how the stage 2 or something is like when you start it's either when you get the Chen, I think it's actually at the start of the stage, it's like the black cat of something or other. And I made a comment, I was like, Chen's not black though. Like she's like, there's no part of her that's like a black cat, right? And I had someone mention it's like something like it's like when she's in cat form or something, she's black. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. Would I take care of Yamame as spider? She promised not to bite me, I would. Not quite spider, but more spider-like. Monster spider type. What is her species? I don't know if I want to get into that. Because she's a yokai, obviously. Tsuchigumo. Yeah, but like I don't know what a Tsuchigumo is. I speak English. Like, before I played Touhou, I'd never heard the word Tsuchigumo. And, to be honest, outside of it being referred to as her species, I still don't know what that word means. Besides some sort of, like, yokai folktale. Spider-like yokai? Okay. So she's specifically, like a spider, and she's, like, similar to them, but not actually a spider, right? Is that what I'm getting at? She's a cousin to the spiders. Earth hiding. Big monster spider. Well, theoretically, I guess the question then is, even if it's not technically a spider, if it's a spider, we'll call it alternate spider, right? I think that's how we can refer to it. Yamame is an alternate spider. She's, spider-like. So I guess the question is, can she turn into that thing? Can she turn into the alternate spider and take on that form instead of just her, like, human-like appearance form? Like some yokai can. Believe it. I'm gonna choose to believe it because it sounds more entertaining that way. And unless I have very detailed contradictory information otherwise, I'm gonna choose to believe that. Giant yokai. 60 meters. I'm not taking care of a 60 meter long pet spider. I hate to break that. Like a couple meters pet spiders, like if I knew that she wouldn't bite me, I'd think about it if it was like a few meters long. 60's a lot. Not gonna lie. Ooh, I saw that one come from the left. Yeah, that's a little much for me. Excuse me, why is there a giant spider that's longer than, like, a third of your street, like, with all the houses lined up? Like, longer than, like, a third of that combined? Don't worry about it. He won't bite you. Take care of her. It's, again, drop that down to, like, a reasonable size. And sure. I don't care if she says that he won't bite me. I'm not taking care of a 200-foot spider. That's a lot. Just think about feeding that thing. Now, if we're talking like the spider from Monster Musume type, then maybe we'd be talking. Okay. It would. Exactly. And you know what the best part is, too, about Yamame? She's good at metalworking, too. So all of your metalworking needs, which you totally need on the regular, she'd be good at, But she's more of the construction type of thing. I forget the specifics. Whatever. Do a couple times a week. Dude, she takes 2 steps and she walks to the field in a week. She's bigger than a field. She manipulate illness. Yeah, but, like, what are you using the manipulate illness for? Like, I mean, you could get rid of your enemies. Which is good, right? Like... Like, someone badmouths your spider, then that'd be great, but... I guess manipulate illness is all... Yeah, I guess I never really think about manipulate illness in, like, the good kind of way. Because that's usually not what people talk about when it comes down to, like, Yamame. People don't ever look at it in, like, the good type of manipulating illness. If she can do that. I'm no Yamame lore expert, I hate to break it. Yamame's shit too. I'm not denying that. I just like, yeah, I've never considered or really heard like. Sometimes you should shut up for like a minute and actually focus. But like I've just never like heard or considered it like the other way. So I've never put much mind into that. Also because Yamame is not a character that's talked about or used particularly often. You know, all the characters from this game get a lot of love in fandom, but, like, Yamame definitely gets, well, I guess technically Kasume. But, like, Yamame tends to get, like, the short end of the stick, on average. So, I mean, Parsy's Parsy. People love Parsy. The Komeiji sisters are very, very popular. Oku's very popular. Oren's very popular. Yugi is very popular. Up-a-dip-a-doo. Okay, I suppose I should actually, like... Ooh, that really weird spread with the Mentos. Excuse you. Demon Parade. Behave. Yeah, most stage ones, like kind of with the exception of sort of Rumia, because like USD's characters are always used a lot in things. I feel like Wriggle gets a lot of love. Like Wriggle gets a lot of love in fandom. Like otherwise, stage ones, on average, definitely more ignored than. I mean, it makes sense, of course, right? Asmund gets a bunch. Yeah, I mean, Asmund gets a fair bit, I'd say. Definitely more than most in terms of the stage 4s. Or stage 1s, excuse me. Now, of course, she does have other influence in the game, but... I think one of the things about Nazrin, too, is because unlike some stage 1s, like, she's a big part of, like, the crew of UFO. So, like, if you're involving the UFO crew... like, you know, Nazrin's usually involved, right? Also, she's kind of a really memed character. Like, she's really popular in kind of the memes, so that also goes a long ways with her, with Nazrin. Oh my goodness, I did that really properly. I rushed the first part and that threw me off my line. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of the stage ones are used, don't get me wrong. Like, Miyariko's definitely up there, but, like, compared to the other stage ones. I'm just saying, as a whole, the stage ones are definitely below average. Even some of the above average 4 stage ones, like Minariko. I guess Miyariko's probably a bit more than a lot. Oh, I didn't mean to kill you. Well, that's... Yeah. Cap it when you already died. I mean, it's a lot easier to cap when you already died, though. There's less pressure. Holy crap, I actually remember to make that jump properly. Just a 1 miss going into Orin. Name a more iconic set of circumstances. That show's completely ignored. Yeah. Show is definitely the most ignored UFO character. I feel like by a good note. Because, like, Kogasa's not really a part of that group. So she's kind of, like, the most separate from the UFO characters. But, like, people love Kogasa. Like, yeah, people, I love Kogasa often. Like, I really like a lot of portrayals of Kogasa. She's usually a very adorable character, both in canon and fanon, which is oftentimes not necessarily. Could you not? I think one of the biggest reasons a lot of the early bosses tend to get, like, short ends of the sticks is just because, like, they're usually not necessarily a part of, like, the group of the game. So when people make content with the game, they usually include, like, the group. And if they're not a part of it, well, you know, sucks to suck, right? Oh, you filthy rat. Guess I should have gone around the left side, but hindsight is easy to say things. But I still feel like it's important when you die to try to recognize immediately after the fact, like, what you could have done differently. Even in bad luck circumstances. Might be Kyoko. I mean, Kyoko's based. Top tier. At least compared to Stage 2's for sure. I like Kyoko. Favorite Stage 2? I mean, I'm kind of partial to Chen, but I don't think she'd be my favorite. Misty Izakaya made me like Mistia a lot, but I don't think that she's my favorite by any means. I don't know. I think I'd give it to Kogasa just over Kyoko, personally. Like, those two are probably my 1 and 2. So it's not like it's a wide margin. Ooh, I do love me some Bonky Bonky, though, now that I think about it. No, I wouldn't put Bonky above the other two. Yeah, Parsi Kugasa, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good Stage 2 bosses. Like, I like Parsi. I like Hina. But I definitely, if I'm considering who my favorite Stage 2 boss is, though, I do really like them, and they're probably up there. But I definitely wouldn't put them in the running. It'd probably be like just get carried by fandom, though. Yeah, I mean that's 100% true, but I feel like a lot of characters are carried by fandom. Yeah, I'd probably personally, like, say, Ogasa 1, Kyoko 2, Bonky 3. Bonky, also a character that's hard carried by fandom. 1000%. Because, when do you ever see Seki Bonky outside of fandom, huh? To be fair, that's like most Stage 2 bosses. Can you not be a filthy rat? I should have been paying more attention to that when I'm talking too much, but at the same time, I was already on 2 missed pace, so it's not like there's like the most pressure on this run, but still. I should have been focusing more. I could have gotten around that probably if I did, but like she also could just give me good luck and not made a problem. Pew, pew, pew. Oku. The only thing behind Odd that is good for blinding you. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, you know what? We throw on Peta. We throw a very winnable peta, but that's fine. I didn't have to go up there. I thought she went, like, almost too horizontal in that, but turns out my read was wrong. How disappointing. Oh well. See, this is the same thing as yesterday. This is what getting an hour less of sleep than you should get does to you. This, kids, is why you don't stay up and watch YouTube too late. Otherwise, you died in on 3. You like Hina the most? Well, here's the problem with you liking Hina the most. That's an opinion that differs from mine, which means, mods, I need him banned. Wait a second, I don't have any mods. Unbelievable. You're off the hook this time. There we go. That's what happens when we don't break the pattern. Yeah, we talked about pet spider, but would you have pet bird? Specifically nuclear bird. You might die of radiation poisoning, but... Oh, I forgot to mention, but I don't like that attack. You often. Perfect timing. Listen, it's not my fault that, like, 80% of Touhou, like non-Japanese Touhou or non-Asian Touhou fans are all European, and y'all have freaking time zones at midnight. Well, I have my optimal stream time. Like, on Saturday I can stream earlier. The problem is, on other days I have work. I work a full-time job, so it's a little difficult. In fact, on weekdays, I actually did stream later originally at first, but I've, like, slowly worked back my hours slightly just to try to make it more European-friendly. And I said, you know, instead of having dinner at 5, what if I just eat a big lunch and I just make dinner at, like, 9 after I get done streaming? And that's what I average. Okay, it's only been an hour. We can rip more. Birds are loud. Don't... Yeah, but what if it's Oku, though? What if it's nuclear bird? Can you make an exception for the nuclear bird? Well, yeah, because originally I started streams at 7 p.m. my time. So the idea was, okay, if I stream at 7, I stream for, you know, somewhere from 3 to 4 hours. Originally, I was intending to stream for 3 hours. Now I've kind of just, like, gotten to the point where I average 4. Like, okay, I start at 7. I can get back from work, take care of things, eat dinner, chill for a little bit, and then stream and then go to bed. And I've kind of worked it back for two reasons. One of which is partially to accommodate for, you know, the European audience, but also, to be honest, importantly, is if I'm playing Touhou at 5, 6 o'clock, it's a lot better than when I'm playing it at 7, 8 o'clock, because I'm less tired, and turns out when you're less tired, you tend to play better. Weird concept, I know, but... Oh, yeah, but what if Oku asks really nicely? What if it's a combo package of Oku and Orin? I would definitely say no, because I'm never taking Orin in, because I hate her with a passion. Love Lost Branch updating out of nowhere, yeah. Gotta update all your mods. All the mod updates, get through here, quickly update mods. Not that there's, like, new content, but... Oh! I took Bio back and shot it, did they? I saw, like, there was a patch came out. I briefly, like, looked through it, but I didn't, like, see, like... I saw it's them putting the beta in the main game for Lost Branch, but I didn't actually see if, like, what's actually new. Like, if there are any actual changes or anything. I didn't see anything new. I also looked for, like, 30 seconds. You'd adopt Orange. Yeah, here's the problem. If you wait until after, like, a month or two after I get this LNN, I'd probably agree to adopting Orin. Like, I would say, yeah, you know, I'd adopt Orin. Like, because, like, right now, if you asked me, I'd be like, yeah, I'd adopt Chen, right? If you you had Chen as a pet, I'd be like, sure. Ask me that while I was in the middle of the PCB grind, I would have a different answer for you. That cat caused me a lot of pain. Nowadays, I've forgiven her for the pain. But, you know, if in the... What am I doing? It's my rule of thumb when because, like, early game Touhou kind of, you know, there's often what's called stage 1 jails. It's what I always say. What's the worst stage 1 in Touhou? It's whatever stage 1 you're currently playing. It's that same logic. New body's dead, card's gone. Well, the thing is, the new body was already dead because it was so awful. Like, that card was so terrible. Yeah, I saw the part where they're like, oh, here's our other game. I was like, oh, this doesn't say Touhou. I'm not that interested. It's not that I don't like games that aren't Touhou, but the problem is, like, nowadays, it's so hard for me to get into a game that it doesn't have the word Touhou on it. Like, it's been a long time since I've gotten to a new game that doesn't say Touhou, that I don't already have previous affiliation with. Or has its own music. Interesting. Football animation. Only perform an auto attack. Who ran determined by seed? Interesting. Like the last round sphere again. Well, yeah, the new one came out. What was it? Last month or something? How is it? I remember, like, hearing about Wilds and, like, seeing trailers and stuff before it dropped, but I haven't actually, like, heard much about it since it dropped. Bunch of card changes. Aha, maybe I'll have to try and glance through those in like an hour. I'm not gonna worry about them right now, but... What's the section on top here? Okay. Saki got a new card, but is it good against Tenchi? Because otherwise, you and 11 are going to sit here and be like, he's still bad into Tenchi. I might play Wilds at some point, but the scenario that I would get into Wilds is... because, like, I mean, I like the Monster Hunter games, so the problem is it's a lot of time sink in situations. Because I have some friends who like some of the Monster Hunter games, so the world I played is if, like, they get into it, and I'll play a little bit when I'm hanging out with them. Because we did that with Rise for a while when that came out. We played that for a good couple months. Probably like 3 months or something. So I could see us doing that at some point with Wilds. But currently we've been on the recent the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 grind. That's breaking boundaries every turn. Oh, really? I assume it's like 5 mana rare ability. I didn't Giga Grace farm there. Of gripes about Wild being not being difficult enough. I mean, with games like that, it's like... I mean, I guess it just is the combat engaging, right? Like, that's, I think, the most important thing. Skill on the shorter side. Oh, yeah, because they kind of did that with Rise, where it's like, oh, here's like, the DLC content with a bunch of added shit. And they kept adding events constantly, right? Like, with Rise, I believe. Like, every week they added, like, new events. Megumu got nerfed. Unbelievable. Yuyuko now the scariest Act 2 boss? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Best monster. Well, that's a good sign. Like, the difficulty not being super difficult doesn't really matter as long as the gameplay is engaging, I feel, with that type of game. Although that's just my opinion. Some people are like, if I could win a fight without having to perfectly parry or dodge every single attack for 30 minutes straight while getting my one strike in every 2 minutes because of the boss pattern, it's too easy. Am I exaggerating? Yeah. Sometimes exaggerating's fun, right? Charge is only lost at the start of the natural turn. Weird change. I guess that makes it like relevant for like extra turns, right? I thought it only applies to her status cards now. Oh, that's actually a pretty big deal. Because is actually a threat now. I mean, Yuriko was and has been a threat. It's just the problem is comparatively, she's just by far the least threatening, right? So it's like, her being a threat was just because, or her not being a threat was just because, like, everything else was scarier than her. Ooh, now I can sit here and make fun of people when they complain about post-nerf Tenchi being too hard. It'd be like, dude, you guys still suck at Tenchi even post-nerf. Wow, SMH my head. Any Junko changes? Because she's killed me like 3 of my last 4 runs. So I'm just curious. I really doubt it, but you know, I'm just curious because she's kind of been a thorn in my side as of the last few runs. Someone should like send me the all the notable changes, but like I'm not gonna take a look at it until I'm done with Subterranean for the day. Like I'll look at it before I play Lost Branch. Life increase. Gate increase. Randomly deal up to 2 extra damage. Yeah, I glanced at it on Steam, but I didn't like see those numbers. I just saw them like say a few random things, and that was about it. And then it was like, here's guys, Koishi is now in this thing. Here's a few like broad things. Oh, we have another game we're working on. Wait, it's not Touhou. Well, ignore us. Do. I'm not clicking on it in the middle of Yugi. Click on it after, like I said, when I go to play Lost Branch later. There's a big muscular lady on my screen who drinks a lot of alcohol. She's kind of a priority. True, but I feel like her being a priority to me right now is different than her being a priority to you. It's just a hunch. My priority is not getting my ass kicked. I hate the LNNs. Listen, you don't have to say that publicly. That's a little bit of damage there, but not enough that she won't die before. Have to dodge the dark blue card. I know I'm a broken record at this point, but I'm really happy with how some of these mid-games have been. How much better my mid-games have been getting as of the last week. Kit Kat. Woo! I didn't have to do that drip to the side. Where are my Owl Touhou characters? Why did I do that? You go slow there, you dum-dum. I did the same thing earlier. I went fast, but like I actually did it right last time, even when I go fast. Never mind, my mid games are terrible. I need to retire. You know, speaking of Hooters, I have a genuine question. How good is Hooters? I've literally never been to one in my life. I don't live in a place with one, and I've like never like been to one, nor have I ever like heard anyone who's ever been to one. I only know it as like the hee funny like big titty waitresses, guys. So I literally only know Hooters from memes. I like literally have never been to one. I feel like some people might go there for the food. Listen, I don't need to go there for that purpose. If I want to be surrounded by attractive ladies, all I have to do is walk down the street and flex my Touhou skills. That always works. It's a flawless experience. As much of a joke in the U.S. as internet says. Are you talking about like in terms of like food quality, or just in terms of like a meme? Burger King has become a major meme. Well, I'm talking about like in terms of like fast food versus other places. I mean, I haven't had Burger King in a long time. By a long time, I mean a few years. In my opinion, it's mediocre fast food. Like, it's some of my least favorite. Although I'm not usually the big burger person, and for some people that have said, some people I know like the place and say it's a middle of the road fast food place. I've never really, this is what I was trying to avoid with the meme conversation. I don't know. I don't think Burger King's the worst, but it's definitely not one of the better fast food chains by any means, in my opinion, and at least from what I hear from most people. I don't know really anyone who puts Burger King like high up on that fast food chain tier list. Not that I ask people their opinion on that often. Although I don't get fast food that often, it's like generally to me it's a I'm at work and I need to get lunch quickly type of thing. Otherwise, if I'm getting food elsewhere, like if I'm hanging with my friends and it's like I'm not gonna make dinner, like I do most of the time, then we never go to like fast food places. We'll go somewhere else. Unless it was like back in the day when we'd hang out till like 2 in the morning and the only place that was open was Taco Bell. Like, there's generally some nicer places that you can still get relatively fast food, I'd say. Not, like, necessarily like McDonald's or Burger King, but that are nicer. A place around here called Border Grill that's... I wouldn't call... I mean, it's definitely more fast food than, like, any other restaurant. I wouldn't quite put it up to level. But, I mean, it does have a drive-thru, or at least a pickup window. That's very popular. They have really good stuff there. And like slightly more fast food, we have Culver's around here, which is probably one of the higher end ones in our area. More of a regional based thing, I think. That tends to be higher quality than like almost everywhere else. I like Taco Bell stuff. I'll do you better and just say you wish you had a place that had Taco Bell food, but like actually had like better quality. Taco Bell's ass. I get it probably once a month. Just cause once in a while, I'll be like, I just had some of these other places. Like, you know what, I'll hit it up like once a month. It really sucks, because there's a place in my area called Sol Azteca that was, like, the GOAT. It's, just top-tier Mexican place. Just phenomenal. Like, we have Border Grill, which is really good. Border Grill in this area, it's basically just if Taco Bell was, like, good. It's a little... That is not the way you dodge that attack. It's definitely more expensive, and it's, a bit slower, but it's not that much slower, and it's significantly better quality. Like, it's pretty good. But, like, there's a place, Sol Azteca, that was so good. And despite living literally on the complete opposite side of the Mexican border, I mean, you know it's good quality Mexican food when, like, half the chefs there don't even speak English. Like, it was run by a Mexican family with mostly Mexican workers, although they did hire a number of local people for other things, especially waitresses and stuff. My sister worked there for a time, which is why and a friend of mine actually worked there for a time too, which is why I'm fairly familiar with how that place did some things. But they were really good, and it sucked because there was some legal issues and they had to close like earlier this year. There are still a few. There is one or two other really good Mexican restaurants in the area, but that was probably my favorite place in Marquette at the time. Oh, it was so good. Oh, I miss the Tex-Mex they had. Oh, it was so good. Oh, I'm just thinking about it, the fact I can't have it because they closed. That place was packed, though. Like, sometimes you can get it, especially during the weekday, potentially, but oh boy, you go there on a Saturday evening at dinner time, fuck, you're waiting for an hour and a half. And for certain reasons, I forget the exact reasons, but they also didn't take reservations, so they're sometimes difficult to get to on the weekend. Even sometimes during the weekdays, they were very busy. But sometimes they were, during the weekdays, it wasn't bad. Especially during the winter. But, oh, you go peak summer. A lot of people love Chipotle. I have never had Chipotle in my life. Because I don't live near one. I have to go multiple hours before I would get to Chipotle. And if I'm ever out of town, it's like there's usually other restaurants. They're usually nice or something that we just prioritize. Maybe some pizza. Okay, I'll say this. In my area, there's a place called Third Coast. It used to be called Aubrey's, but they're a pseudo chain restaurant in the fact that they had few branches elsewhere in Michigan, but they had some argument with like their main branch. They split out. They're called Third Coast nowadays. It's the one. Most of what I eat is, like I said, I'll get usually fast food for lunch, and I usually make food at home for dinner. Unless A, I'm hanging with my friends. Or B, Friday after work. I usually get up early on Friday, like closer to lunchtime, on average. And I go to Third Coast. I'll sit down there and just enjoy my time. And they have a lot of things, but one of their specialties is pizza. They also have a pizza buffet, which is nice, but they have the barbecue chicken pizza. Oh, it is my favorite thing I've had. Oh, it's there. Like, I've had many barbecue chicken pizzas because I like it. Generally, no matter, like, across the board, but they have a barbecue chicken pizza that is just the absolute go. Barbecue sauce, chicken, bacon, red onion. It weirded me out at first because when they moved, I shouldn't talk right now. Well, it weirded me out for two reasons. Because first, the first time I ever had that place, maybe like 8 years ago or something. My sister was there one time with, like, my brother and some of their friends, and she was like, oh, the barbecue chicken pizza's so good. But at the time, I was really, like, weirded out by that concept. And I had, like, a meat lovers, and it was really good. But then I had, the next time I was there, she had it. I was like, you know what, I'll try. And I fell in love immediately. But the thing that weirded me out the most was I'll say this, I have always been jalapeno. I believe you can add jalapeno on there. I, for a long time, was very I know it's going to be weird, but I was very vocal anti-pineapple on pizza. And when they changed, like I said, due to some disagreements and stuff, they ended up changing from Aubrey's to Third Coast. And they took it, and I didn't realize at first, but, like, the menu changed slightly, and they had pineapple on it. And I ordered it, and I didn't realize it, and it showed up, I was like, huh. I wasn't expecting this. So I tried it, and then I was like, okay, you know what? This is still really, really good. Like I said, I get it literally every Friday after work. Ooba-dooba-doo. Ooba-dooba-doo. Oh, good grief. Satori, don't give me a heart attack. Oh, that was sexy. Oh, that was sexy, Reed. Holy moly. Oh, that's... Oh, we're back. Oh, yeah, that was gross. I wasn't sure what to do there. Demon Parade. It's actually my first death to Demon Parade on a run in a hot minute, I think. Aren't black cats supposed to be unlucky? That's a shame. Holy fog death. Yeah, if only my my one miss didn't have a fog death. Yeah, it's not like that's the case. No, not at all. Pineapple and burgers. Well, I used to be critical of that type of thing. I mean, I love pineapple as a whole, but like I was always like a pineapple. Like I just eat pineapple as like the fruit itself. I never put it on things. I still don't go out of my way to put it on things, but I don't. Dude, have you ever had pineapple fried rice before? Ooh. I was down visiting my friend one time. They have an Asian restaurant in the area. Went there, and they're like, "Oh, what type of rice do you want?" You know, there's a few different types, and I saw pineapple fried rice. Like, I have to try that. I don't care if it's an upcharge. I gotta try it. Oh, it's so good. I haven't been there in a long while, though. Every time I'm down there, we go to a different Asian place. One that does have that, but, like, there's other good things there. So I haven't had pineapple fried rice in a hot while. But I love me some pineapple. One of the best fruits on the market, definitely. Okay, if we're talking about if we're taking in Michael Cap, I'm gonna currently say yes. Because poor bullied kitten needs a place to go, and I'll shelter her. So I'll currently say yes. Yeah, no customers. Yeah, no customers means you don't have to deal with people. You literally get all the benefits to like working with people, which is money, without actually having to work with people. It's the best of both worlds. Like, one of my favorite parts about my job is the fact that it's mostly just me doing my thing, and I rarely have to interact with people. Except it's people, maybe someone asking me, hey, where'd you put this at? And I'm like, okay, it's over there. Otherwise, it's just me moving things around. I mean, I'm forklift half the day, I'm loading trucks or whatever. I don't have to deal with people. Except, like, minimal conversation. Like, oh, you know, here's paperwork. But if you can get the money without the people, like, dude, that's just best of both worlds. Okay, game, I'm running out of Touhou energy for the day. You know what I need right now? I need some of my chocolate milk. Well, it's a good thing I just went shopping for it earlier today. Oh, we're so back. Oh, Kagero? Would I take Kagero in? Are you talking about? Yeah. Now, I guess an important question is, how many would I take in at once? That's a better question, I think. Like, is she doing full? Listen, I understand that having to deal with the shedding's a pain, but like, like, you know, I've dealt with dogs before. Like, it's probably worse than most, but, like, it can't be, like, listen, if you take Kagero in, it's gotta be worth it, right? She might have to trim those nails, though. I guess that's the same thing about Chen. Like, if you look at Chen's PCB sprite, you might have to trim those nails a little bit. Like, they don't need to go all the way down, but those nails are little strong for little big for my taste. I don't necessarily want her to have like a thumbnail that's bigger than her finger. Although you can't trim Chen down too low, because otherwise Ron's gonna go through a portal and beat you up, so... Scratching post? Yeah, probably. I mean, she can inadvertently. I'm sure if Ron asked, she could get Yukari to gap over a scratching post, right? Like, I don't think that's too much of a pain. Well, knowing Yukari, she wouldn't want to do it. She'd just be lazy and sleep all day. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't think Yukari would, but if it's for Chen, I feel like she might. Like, that's the thing. I feel like you could... I feel like the slight effort to gap in a scratching post for Chen seems like a reasonable thing. Or, I mean, otherwise you just ask Sumereko, right? I'm sure she can get something in. Get something to spot and boop. You can hook it up. Rinosuke's gotta have one, right? Rinosuke's gotta have found a scratching post at some point in his shop. Rinosuke's a bro, right? He can hook you up. Scratchy post like every week, but yeah. How does she do it on the regular? How does she take care of herself on the regular? And all the other cats that live in Mayohiga. They just made all the houses made out of scratching posts. Same material. They just built it up all like that. Elf fan and LU. Honestly, do what an L take for me. You gotta get that skivvy Riz, hop over to Ohio, and hit the yacht Hawk Tua on that thing. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. I mean, I probably will at some point in the future, but it probably won't be for like another month. Okay, Parsi, I'm running low on my ability for today. Dude, I deal with Ohio. It's mostly just a meme because it's a meme. Like, I think there's a little bit of reason to the memeing behind Ohio, but I think for the most part, it just became a meme, and it's kind of stuck with it. If anything, I'd say it's just kind of like the laughingstock of the U.S. in terms of, like, if you're gonna make fun of a state, it's probably Ohio. And then you're like, oh, well, you know, maybe it's other places. And then you, like, meet someone from Ohio, and you're like, I get it now. It's like my best friend's older sister married someone from Ohio. They live down there. And I hang out with their family abroad a bunch, so I see them a fair bit. And I get along with them, but, like, I'll make fun of them for being in Ohio. And they're the type of people you're like, yeah, that's Ohio for you. Well, Not much rhyme or reason besides it's just the way it is. Not all the people we'd adopt, but who's on the ban list? Totally Texas. Yeah, I mean, like, Texas and Florida. Texas, Florida, and California are kind of like the abroad of, like, okay, you know, you make fun of something from those places. But, like, I'd say Ohio kind of has had that for a while. Especially because it's kind of how much of, like, a shithole Cleveland is. But I think it's just kind of, like, at some point, like, it kind of became a funny meme, and then it just kind of kept going with it. So that's just kind of how it went. Would you not adopt Scott? Listen, I would adopt Remy, okay? If it was Remy and Flan, I could probably do that. But who's on the no-fly zone for, like, who would you not adopt? Okay, man. I'd probably pass. I'm not as opposed to birds as Scooter is, but I don't know. Nuclear bird, not really my thing. Not the biggest fan. As much as I don't hate birds, I'm also not like a particularly pro-bird person. Yeah, well, she's also nuclear, which is a bit of a problem. Yankees ban. Well, we're talking about, like, people that, like, are like animal-related yokais, okay? Otherwise, you're just gonna try to say Yuka, and Yuka doesn't count. You're not adopting Yuka. We're talking about adopting animal-based. I allow the Scarlet Sisters because they're... Oh, I'll allow the Scarlet Sisters because they're bats. Get these nuts. Oh, got us. Damn. Counts, does she? Does it count as adopting a flower? Is that the argument here? I don't trust the Yuka argument. So, I hate to break it. Okay, well, here's a question. Would you adopt Kyoko? As much as I love Kyoko, would you adopt her? Because the problem is, if you adopt Kyoko, suddenly you're going to need hearing aids within 5 years, probably. Does Turtle Dragon count? Are you talking about Genji? Oh, you're talking about... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I read the previous message. Yachi. Yeah, I'd count Yachi. I don't think I'd adopt Yachi. Well, I guess here's a question. Can Yachi, Saki... Does Saki have an animal form? What is Saki? I know, like, Yuma is kind of like goat. And Yachi is that weird, like, dragon lizard thing. What's Saki? Yeah, but, like, I'm wondering if they can transform. For the sake of argument, what if they can? But I guess they're animal-based, so we can count them enough in this conversation. I don't know if I'd adopt any of them. Partially because I don't want to die. Pegasus. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense, because her theme is literally Dark Pegasus. Now that I think about that. I thought she was horse-based. But I also didn't know for sure. Like, when it comes down to those, like, Animal Realm characters, I'm a lot more familiar with Yuma than I am kind of the rest. Excuse me, feels like it's fair. Well, she's also up the list because I don't want to die, like I said. I'm also not a horse girl. I have a sister who has rode horses before and loves horses. I'm not a horse person myself, so I'm gonna have to. I'm a lot more of a fan of like traditional animals. Ooh, would you adopt Kutaka though? Ooh, that's a good question. Would you adopt the beautiful whistling chicken? Is what their matrix. I like Yachi. And don't get me wrong, I kind of like Saki too, but like, you know, Yuma gets all the love, generally speaking. Like, we all know that Yuma is like the most popular one. She also kind of got her own game based after her. Also, partially just because, like, 16, or not 16, 17, you know, none of the Animal Realm characters really made the biggest impression. I mean, they did a bit, but, like, I think that's mostly just because, like, the game was like, okay, here's Keiki. This is Keiki leaving the big impression of the game. As, like, the final boss. I think if you had one of them as a final boss, it would be a bit more of an answer, but, like... Of course, Yuma kind of got her own game. It was a big benefit that she got. And people like Spoon Girl. Saku's the Xbox, though. True. Tell that to Momoyo. I like my Centipede Girl, but how many people give a shit about her? Would you adopt her, though? We talked about the spiders. What about my Centipede Girl? No chickens? Unbelievable. Shaking my head. Eternity? Are we counting adopting the fairies? If so, I definitely would agree that Eternity is the most adoptable of them. At least of the non-Daiosei ones, but... So whenever I think about Momoyo, I just think of Takamachi Walk and oh, what is that song? Oh, they have a song on Momoyo, or at least her theme. About bunnies? I'm not adopting Seirin. Or Ringo. Fuck them. I played LK. I'm not adopting either of them. Oh, rat. As much as I'd love to adopt K, I feel like that would be a big problem. I feel like that would be a great risk, so I might have to pass. Racing and other racing, I think, would be, at least I think other racing would be good. I think moon racing would be top tier. She just needs someone to love her. That isn't what Katsuki's, like, is it Yorihime bullying her into being the other copy of racing, and, it's too much work. So I think moon racing deserves some love. Ground racing, I don't know. Maybe she'd be good. I can't say for a fact. I would love to adopt Kay. She is definitely best rabbit, but I just, she's a problematic rabbit. She's kind of stupid, though. Okay. Okay, have you ever been around a dog before? They're usually not the brightest creatures known to man. Fucking, I'm adopting Kyoko. I'm not expecting her to be a genius. Raise ass. Okay, you can help her. Good grief. Helping, you're right. My bad. You know, when you adopt a pet or something, God forbid you train it or anything. Kaine. How dangerous is Full Moon Kaine gonna be to you? Like, Full Moon Kagura, I'm mostly just worried about with the shedding. How in danger are you of Full Moon Kaine? I love this theme. Is that how they transform? Is because of moonlight? I don't know the specifics behind it. I can't say I've looked too in depth. The time of the month to the basement, everybody. Oh, why would I do that to myself? Why would I do that to myself, as he says that he dies to probably the hardest part of the game. Well, the other big question about adopting the Touhou characters is, like, are we talking about them individually or, like, as a whole? Because, like, you know, how many are you going to adopt, right? Like... why am I down here? Oh, this is terrible. Oh, what have I done to myself? At least it's not the hardest attack in the game. Good grief, what did I do to me? Okay, nothing bad ever happened. I just missed out a little bit of damage during that opening phase of this attack. Nothing to see here, kiddies. See, I got a very lucky spell 1. Nothing bad ever happened, ever. I really need a full night's sleep before I play Touhou. I really need to stop staying up late. You! I hate you. I've been so good at this attack for a while. I've died to it, like, multiple times over the past 2 days. I have 4 deaths over the past 2 days. Bro's fallen off. It's over. Maybe tomorrow when I'm not streaming, I'll practice Orin for a bit. That's what I'd like to say, but I'll probably just play Xenoblade instead. And be like, yeah, I'll play it later, and then never play it tomorrow. Yeah, let's just cap spell 1 and Needles of Yore, and still die twice. What is this? That's the X Remaster. Well, I'm done. Get me out of there. just put me down already. We'll be back on Thursday for more of that. Fully washed, I know, it's over.